Hey YouTube, I'm Steve Post from Motor Racing Network, and the inventory is rolling in. Very excited about the wide variety of new vehicles we have at Plan B Sales, and well, you're going to be excited about them too. We're going to start down here on this end, the classic black Cobalt Tools car of Jimmy Johnson, 1/24th scale. This is a car they've been using a lot lately, and Jimmy always wheels this car well. When he brings it out on the racetrack, we have this available in 1/24th scale and also 1/64th scale cars. When we're talking about 1/64th scale cars, we have the trio of cars from Junior Motorsports that the guys are going to race. Jimmy Johnson, Brad Sweet, and Casey Kane throughout the year are going to all drive Great Clips cars on the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Some of those races have already taken place, but this, the complete collection from the Nationwide Series, from Junior Motorsports. And while we talk about Great Clips car, here's Casey Kane's Great Clips car. This is the Sprint Cup Series car that he ran and won with at Bristol. So another one of those cars that just made some history the first time out. That was the first time that Great Clips went racing in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and they went to victory lane with Casey Kane. Also in the 1/64th scale, we've got Ty Dillon's Chevy Camaro, NASCAR Nationwide Series car. It's the one he ran in Daytona, and this is an absolute beauty. All these Camaros, really, really nice that Lionel is putting out. And when we talk about Nationwide Series racing at Daytona, we have to talk about Tony Stewart. Seems like every time we tee it up down there in February, Stewart goes to victory lane, and he did again this year. And this is the Ritz car that he did it with. Oreos also on the side of this race car. The key to this car, not only is this the car that Stewart ran to victory lane, so this is the original car, not the victory lane edition, but Stewart did win in this race car. But the other thing about this is it's the brand new Chevy Camaro, and these Camaros look awesome on the racetrack, and Lionel does a great job putting together. So got to have that Tony Stewart, the car that he took to victory lane. Also on the Nationwide Series side, we have Regan Smith's car from Junior Motorsports, another of the Chevy Camaros. The particular detail on this one that makes it special is this is autographed and hologram. So very, very special car from Junior Motorsports. Regan Smith, one of the top runners in the Nationwide Series, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Hellman's Mayonnaise. Nationwide Series action. Of course, we talk about the Camaros. Have to talk a little bit about the Mustangs as well. Brad Keselowski's Discount Tire Mustang. The Mustangs have been out in the Nationwide Series. They look good, and Brad Keselowski's car looks good as well. This is one of the top cars in the Nationwide Series, and one you'll want to make sure you have in your collection. And talk about a car to put in your collection, Carl Edwards' Aflac car. This is the classic car that he's been wheeling the last few years. This is the 2013 edition of this car. All the detail that Lionel puts into it, all the detail that Roush Fenway puts into it makes a great race car for Carl Edwards. And this is his Aflac car, 1/24th scale. Alongside of that, we also have the 1/64th scale subway car of Carl Edwards. This is the car actually that he drove to victory at Phoenix earlier this year. Race-winning cars, also Kyle Busch's Interstate Battery cars. This is the white color. A lot of times we see the classic green, but this is the inverted paint scheme. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's always a fast car. When Kyle Busch wheels it, Interstate Battery's longtime sponsor, original sponsor for Joe Gibbs Racing, and this car did go to victory lane earlier this year as well in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And you Bowyer fans, you've been great. You've been patient. You've been waiting. The good news is Clint Bowyer's 5-hour energy diecast is now here. So time to order it up. You've been asking us about it across the board, and it is here. It is in the house. Michael Waltrip Racing, Bowyer's 5-hour energy Toyota. Just an absolutely beautiful car on the racetrack. This just the classic, clean-cut 5-hour energy Toyota that Bowyer races and races well across the tour. And finally, some historic cars in this week's collection. Absolutely love the stories of Benny Parsons. Here's a 1/64th scale of one of his winning cars. Absolute beauty for Benny Parsons. And then we have something a little unique. This is the Octane Garage of Lionel. And they have had drivers design their own cars. Well, this is the beauty that Mark Martin came up with, and beauty is the word to describe it. Absolutely perfectly designed Mark Martin race car. Nothing authentic as far as the racetrack goes, but it is something that Mark Martin designed himself, and it's one you Mark Martin fans and you collectors of unique diecasts are going to want to make sure you have in your collection. So as you see, a huge variety of new diecasts to go with the diecast we've been talking about over the last couple of months as the new stuff keeps coming in. And all of this diecast is available at your local diecast dealer or at planbsales.com.